How do you combine a motorcycle, birthday cake, and high fashion styling into one shoot without it feeling too overcrowded? Yeah, let me show you exactly how I created this shoot. What up, what up, what up? I am Case Knee here, back again with another video. Today's behind the scenes look is of a birthday shoot that involved a motorcycle, birthday cake, and some high fashion styling. So yeah, we got a little busy in this one. So let's get it straight into it. Check it out. Okay, so let's get into the lighting on the shoot. So we had the FJ400 Westcott strobe. That's what I use for my on location shoots. We also had it diffused with a beauty dish that was also gridded out so that we can eliminate most of the spillage, so we can expose properly for the background and not overexpose the subject. So that was the thought pattern behind, you know what I'm saying, using that light and modifier combined together. So I try to make sure that my background looks good. I try to make sure I always have blue skies if there are blue skies that day. So overcast is cool and all, but I still like to see a little blue in my sky. That's just me. That's just what I prefer. So I try to balance out the subject with the background as far as the exposure. You know, try to make sure that those two things don't overpower one or the other. Okay, so let's get into my camera gear. Y'all know my weapon of choice. That is the Nikon Z7, and we were paired with the 105 Sigma Art lens. That was a 1.4 aperture, and the 24-70 2.8. Those were the two lenses that I go to for my portrait shoots. And mostly for this shoot, I was using the 105 because we had plenty of space. You know, I wanted to, you know, blow out the background just a tad. It was a nice scene because it kind of fit the theme for the motorcycle. We were up under the interstate bridge. So that kind of, you know, matched the mood of the shoot. And yeah, so typically for the shutter for that, I was at about 4,000 because I wanted to, you know, black out the sunlight somewhat. So I still wanted to be able to see, you know, my skies and my clouds and all that type of stuff. So that's why I was at a higher shutter. Yeah, so that was the camera gear I was using for the shoot. Okay, so let's go over a little bit of posing with a large prop, you know what I'm saying, like we did with the motorcycle, or it could be a car or anything big. So for us, a motorcycle is reflective. So some people might use a polarizing lens to cut down on those reflections and stuff like that, but I didn't, because we were shooting far away. We were shooting more so at the portrait range, like a 70 millimeter or the 105. And stuff like that. So for the most part, you wasn't going to see the reflections too much. So what I like to do is pose all around the prop, from the side, front, on top of it, beside it, you know what I'm saying? Anything that we can come up with and see how it comes out. That's typically what I do with all my posing. We try different things, you know, crossing of the legs, moving the hands, switching the body from the left to the right, bend down, squat, lay on the ground, all that type of stuff. So that's basically what we were doing with a large prop. And being that it is a large prop, you can do a lot of things on top of it. So we was laying on it, you know, standing up against it, using it as a crutch, you know, doing all types of things, setting a cake on top of it, whatever we can come up with, whatever's clever. You know, that's typically how I use my larger props. I use it because it is large. I believe that is easier to manipulate in a photo shoot for me, you know, because you got a lot of different things that you can play with.
Do that again. Turn your face to me a little bit. Yeah. Cool. Got it. Point the roses to me. Yeah. Okay. Just, yeah, right there. Cool. Stay like that. Stay like that. Cool. You think you can hold it like that? Or maybe
I got thighs, so it's gonna be my thighs holding it.
you ain't gotta let that foot touch the ground. You can just.
I feel like I'm moving.
Yeah.
You can focus on that's the front brake. That's the front brake. That's the front.
You know what I'm saying? So I want you to do something kind of like this. But on that leg. That leg is gonna be on the ground.
You want this leg on the ground?
And that way you can.
Yeah, so that was the behind the scenes look at birthday shoot with the motorcycle, birthday cake, you know, fashion, all combined into one. I think it was pretty dope. But there was one challenge that we didn't get to put on camera. We were trying to light a rose on fire. But for some reason, this rose was not trying to light. So we didn't have any gasoline or anything like that. So to ignite, you know what I'm saying, help it light. So we kind of just gave up on it and we shot without the, you know, rose being on fire. Then as we was packing up my stuff, throwing it in the back of the truck, and I noticed, my partner notices that got some WD-40 over here. Said, yeah, let's run out here and try to redo that last shot with the flames. And yeah, sure enough, the WD-40 worked. You know what I'm saying? We got a couple good shots with the rose being on fire to save the day. So that was the behind the scenes of this shoot. We got more shoots coming. We got all types of different stuff from photo shoots to meetups and all types of things in between. So I hope you enjoyed. Hope you got something out of this video. But until next time, peace.